Tim Baker, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. It's
Mr.
good to be here.
All We Can.
Mr. All We Can's back in the
doing
house.
okay?
Yes, doing very well. Good
Welcome
to be here
back
at
to the
Cliff.
studios.
Thank you.
You are holding some bizarre furry animal. Please do explain what is going on.
I'm holding arguably the friendliest chicken in Derbyshire at the moment.
Yes, the friendliest. Let's look at this.
This is our mascot for this year.
Nice.
Because we're here at Cliff Fest and have been all year, raising awareness about our work in Zimbabwe, where chickens are changing lives. So our All We Can's Harvest Appeal this year is all about our work in Zimbabwe. We're inviting churches to chirp for joy.
Nice, very good.
So if you haven't chirped for joy yet this year, you should get on it. You should get on it.
Why is chirp for joy for those of us who are? I mean, I know because I've heard it talk about it before, but for those that don't know, what is it?
Yeah, so All We Can works through lots of local partners around the world to try and tackle poverty.
Yeah.
And in Zimbabwe at the moment, poverty is growing and becoming a really serious issue in a country that really should be able to feed itself. That was once called the breadbasket of Africa,
absolutely.
but it's now really hard to grow things there. And in that context, our local partner is trying to develop alternative ways for people to feed themselves and their communities, have an income that they can rely on. So the chicken helps them to do that.
Nice.
And
tell me a bit about All We Can. So you've been involved with All We Can for a while now. Tell us a bit about your passion for it, because I guess you've travelled a bit, experienced some of the work that All We Can do. I've heard a little bit from meeting you and interviewing you before. So tell us a little bit about, for those that are watching this for the first time, what is the heart behind it and what is your passion for All We Can?
So at All We Can, we talk about our vision being that every person's potential be fulfilled, and that might be a way you could summarise God's heart for the world. And in fact what the Bible is trying to teach us is that God wants each of us to fulfil our potential. And All We Can recognises that there are people in the world whose, just because of where they happen to have been born, they've been born in a place that's poor, that means they don't get to fulfil their potential because they're just struggling to survive. So what we try and do is support people in those places to help them fulfil that potential, to help them become all that they can be. And there's nothing more motivating than that, really, than seeing people whose lives were really tough come alive and come into their fulfilment.
So this question for you. We live in a fairly comfortable Western society. Plenty of issues. Nationalism's on the rise, populism's on the rise. How does All We Can live in that space? Where people are seeing less concern with the third world and more concerned with what's going on down our street. And there's positives and negatives, I'm sure, but how does All We Can live in that space?
Yeah, I think we see our role in that to be to continue to remind, particularly our churches, because that's where we spend time, that whilst there are issues in our communities and in our country, that we do need to remember our global neighbour too, that Christ came for the whole world. And that's not always easy, because many of us do need to face the issues right in front of us every day. But I think we're invited to do both, not one or the other, not choose between our local and our global context, but remember both and do them alongside each other. So that's what we try and do, to remind people of the other side of the story, I think.
And so if people want to find out more about the work of All We Can, obviously you're over in the marketplace. Have you done a seminar? Yes,
so if you're at Cliff Fest, you should come around to my second seminar tomorrow afternoon.
Great, where's that?
In lecture room 1A.
Okay, perfect.
4:45.
And for those of us that may be watching online that can't be here for this weekend, how can they find out more about the work of All We Can?
Find us on social media. We're on all the platforms. Just search for All We Can, and you'll be able to hear more. You'll see some pictures of me holding chickens and doing ridiculous things. Or our website is just allwecan.org.uk.
Final question, just a really short one. So you do a lot of these different things. Cliff Festival, what does it mean to you? What do you love about it?
Yeah, it's really great to be here at Cliff Festival, because I think the people here and the folks who engage with Cliff College care deeply about the world, and Cliff has had a remarkable impact on the world in its long history. It's made a deep impact into how people do discipleship, and what All We Can believes and dreams is that we can help people to do discipleship again in the 21st century
Great.
in a global world.
Nice.
So it means a lot to me to be back
Yeah, that's
here.
a really good connection point for
Yeah.
All We Can in Cliff. Tim, thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks,
I'm
Ali.
sure we'll see you again soon. We always do.
I'm sure you will.
Thank you very much. Guys, stay
Bless you.
tuned for more videos and to see what's going on at Cliff Festival. And there's loads going on. So why not consider coming down? Bank holiday Monday, if you're doing nothing, pop down to Cliff College. You would be more than welcome. Visit Tim All We Can and visit the amazing things that are going on.